How the Stateful Widget Lifecycle works needs to know every Flutter developer. The state object of the Stateful Widget goes through these 7 steps and we will look at them more closely. If you are new here, subscribe to my channel and make sure to watch this video till the end. Let's get started by creating a new Stateful Widget. The first method which is be called is this createState method, and this creates then our state object, and then our lifecycle begins. In the beginning of our lifecycle, the init state method is called, and this is called every time when a state is created. And inside of it, we can basically initialize our widget before it is built. Let's create, in this case, a number field for our state. And in our init state method, we can then get our number, which we get here from the outside world over our constructor. And we can put this number inside of the number of our state. And we want to look here first of all at a basic lifecycle. So we have already looked at the create state and the init state. And after this comes the build method, which basically creates our UI. And at the end of our lifecycle, there is this dispose method. Therefore, let's create next the build method, and here you basically create the widget which you want to display. So in this case, I put here text widget inside, which then displays our number. And lastly, you can call here this dispose method, and this method is every time called if the lifecycle of your state ends. And I will also print it so that we can later look at it. Now, if I hot restart our application, you see he is going through these steps. First of all, he is creating the state. Then he is initializing it, and then he is building our UI. Now I want to build more widgets of this number widget, so I will create here 5 number widgets. And now if I hot restart, you see he has created number 1 and also number 2. So here on the screen you see number 1, and below it we have number 2, and therefore he is already building it. If you scroll in this list view until the bottom, you already see that he has also destroyed some states. So he has called here this dispose method of the second state and also the dispose method of the third state. And after the dispose method is called, the build method will never be called again because this state object or the state widget, this number widget, is removed from the widget tree. Now let's put again only one item inside of our list. And then we wrap here our text widget inside of a text button. And if you click on this text, then we want to execute some functionality. And what we want to do is we want to increment here our number in our state. And therefore I simply go here inside and call number +1. And now comes the setState method into the game. And if we use here the setState, then we basically tell Flutter that he should call the build method again. And here it should basically build our whole method again with the new state which we have changed right now. So basically if I click here on this text, you see that he is calling the setState, and after this he is calling again the build method. And this happens every time if we click on this button. The next most important method is this didUpdate widget method, which we also want to implement right now. Therefore, we go to our number widget state, and here we implement then also this didUpdate widget method. And within this didUpdate widget method, we can basically respond to changes of our widget. So this means if some fields of our constructor change, then this method will be called. And then we receive here the old state of our widget, and we also receive the new state of our widget. And here inside we basically can then check if, for example, the old widget number is different than the new widget number. And if this is the case, then the number changed and we can basically react on this change. To execute this functionality, we simply go to our parent widget, and then we need to change here basically this number parameter. And therefore we call here this number widget, and here currently the number 1 is going inside. And we want to increment this number, and I will put it simply inside of an app bar. And here I create a button to add a number, and here inside we basically call the number +1, and we also call setState to update our UI. And now we can try it out, so I can click here on this plus, and then you should see that the number has changed and the didUpdate widget method was called. So all in all, if one of these parameters changes through the parent widget, then we are calling here this didUpdate widget, and then you can react on this change and execute some functionality on it. And lastly, there are also this did change dependency method and deactivate method in our lifecycle. However, these both methods are rarely used in Flutter, and only the Flutter SDK or some plugins are using these methods. If you like, you can also override them. So you go to your state class and then you override here this method did change dependencies. And this method is every time called if some dependency changes. And lastly, you could override the method deactivate. And this method is basically called every time when the widget is removed from the widget tree temporarily, and also if the widget is moved from one location in the widget tree to another location in the widget tree. So in total, if the stateful widget moves in the widget tree, then this method is called. However, if the widget is removed completely from the widget tree, then the dispose method is called instead. And here you can basically clean up everything what your state has called in this init state and clean everything up again. Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel here to get the latest news about Flutter. And see you soon. Bye.